Hello and welcome to a new game in my One Done series. Hopefully I will do better than in my last games, this time playing a 2 done. This time playing a 2 done and considering a cross fuseki. I like those, but against strong players I tend not to win them. Still, let's do that. We play with negative komi, so it is very much in my interest to win by territory and not by killing things. That is why I will start off with a nice solid enclosure. And as we see here, white correctly plays for influence. This influential large knight in the corner says it is invadable, and what white wants is influence. I will negate some of that influence and am immediately approached. Make some nice shape on the right here, and we come to this variation. Also influence based. Basically, the usual move is c14, but we see this in combination with white's corner here. So I think here I can safely approach usually and not worry about the pincer, since the pincer is not expanding anything. So I will play this one. I think the first move which can be disagreed on is it. So, I will attach on the stone which was tenuki'd from. Jump out. So up until now, white has still has no points. This M, or maybe 10 to 15. Since M17 is invadable, here I'm thinking, and also the corner is invadable, I'm thinking about counter-pincering from my strong position, or rather from my influence, or leaning to be safe and secure. Let's go with the counter pincer. White will most probably run away. On the other hand, black's territory is maybe only this corner. So white runs. I kinda want to cap here to keep the pressure on the two stones. I am aware that I'm leaving this larger knight at g15 to h12. But in an emergency I will have room for eyes. And I'm peeped. So I would connect. That is interesting. I thought white would go after this one stone. Now white has a terribly heavy shape here. I could go for a surround just by extending, but it seems like an overplay still. I want to take the shape point away from white, and white even responded, which is nice for me. Yeah, what to do here? I could squeeze this stone a little more into an Atari, and this one, and get up. Yeah. I will do that. I will play a little driving Tesuji. And if white extends here, I will drive through this gap between the two stones and those three stones. Driving and driving. So definitely the top stones are really hurt now. And maybe no, still continue driving. I mean, if white wants the top, then the center becomes really, really weak here. Yep. If I connect, so right now I can capture the two stones on the right here. So first I will be safe. Connection problems. I want honey. So basically Atari extend. And white will have even to protect here. White has a different opinion on this one. A different opinion indeed. So that is already interesting. I got the honey for free basically, so I can go ahead and start fighting with the connection. Almost like an overplay. But I mean, if those 3 stones live, then either the 4 or this big chunk will die. But I think I will take the opportunity to break into the top. The corner is still open, as you see. That is why I will protect my corner, aiming at even more points with M18. Protect the cut. White's 2 stones do nothing right now. And my last move also stresses that connecting... Yeah, that's fine. That connecting the 2 stones almost surely kills the 4 here. And after all those moves, still White didn't take. Then let's see what happens after connecting. Now, if I do it correctly, White will have 2 weak groups. Those 5 stones and those... Interesting. Allows me to honey. Now let's peep first. Here White's honey is not that powerful, I guess. But as you see, the 2 down wants to fight. I think M18 might be a super huge move, since it also threatens to connect to Well, now I do not need to worry anymore about my big group here. White still has this chunk of stones which don't do much. But now it's the time to pressure the other side. And here I think the double honeys. The double honey is dangerous. If he cuts, I protect, he extends up. I can capture the one stone, have a huge influential side here, but he fixes all his weak groups. I don't like him to do that. The extension leaves the ladder, which doesn't work for white, so I will connect and see whether I can keep the pressure up here. Also, I want to keep the pressure up to make points on the right, while threatening those stones which do not have a single eye yet. They can get one. Also, this group, it looks so nice move by white. He sees that his main group is the big one and does not worry about capturing the one stone. Meanwhile, I'm making territory here, which is alright. Let's probe the knight shape here. Basically, I can Atari and extend down. He will have to protect. Could become Seki, so I don't like the Seki. That's weird, since if I connect, is this chunk of stones for white alive at all? I connect. White does what? No, still not about killing. I take the territory on the left, which is big enough, with c7. Peeping at my shape, huh? Sure. Now he has to take the one stone in Gote. Here I want to cut off the one stone, ensuring that I have at least one eye here. But since this complete area is so open, my group is fine. I have a huge corner. No one can deny that. I have a quite large corner here. Interesting. I peep and bend. He cuts and Ataris at the same time, bends. And then I have a lack of liberties, right? So he saved his stone, denying me the eye. So I will just jump away. Feeling like attaching to gauge shape around this large area. I think White realizes that he is behind on points, and even with a negative Komi, even worse. Oh, wait a second, I push, he doesn't have to protect, he just connects, since there's no cut. But my goal in this game will be for this center group not to die, and White helps me, since he plays on the other side. Oh wait, this honey underneath is funny. Now which way do I protect? His group is also still not alive here, huh? If I just cap at some point, then yeah, where are the points? So first I will ask him how he will protect, and then I'm thinking about the cap here. Since his group has not a single eye yet, and I have the outside influence, you know? So just put the pressure back on White. I have gained 2 free moves here. Can be greedy and go for more territory on the right, thus allowing him to... Let's be greedy. So basically as white I would be more worried than black. Again with the greedy move, if I mrhaandi underneath. Thinking about the attachment here, rather large. But the fight is in the center. The fight is not somewhere else. Still have kind of an escaping move. Well, let's attach. Let's have fun by attaching to the corner. I still have this jump here. Save the important stone. And white sacrifices, or rather has to sacrifice. And my group is fine. Or is it? I kinda want to start to see where the cut leads, since it's definitely a shape point here. Again, time to consider not being greedy. If I extend down and white, strengthens the shape, then I have no eyes, but the corner will be mine. On the other hand, I can just protect, give white the corner, and I guess win by points. Oh, now I so much going to extend here, since I have attachments and corner killings and Ataris. So we start off with an Atari. And now I can even think about just mrhaandi and kill all the whites, or protect my 2 stones. So many possibilities, Well, not killing, but making a huge endgame game here. And I will get my endgame here right. Sacrificing 1 liberty here. Also, the attachment is quite large. Now I even got 2 moves for free. So let's go ahead with our large attachment. I have to be aware not to be too greedy here. the Ataris. Atari. He has to be aware of that his little chunk of stones here. Ah, obviously he wants to disconnect me. That is correct. I missed that point here. So my groups are not connected. That is funny. I have missed the point. So I need still to run with my other group. And it would be quite funny if I die and lose again. Then if I lose this game, I think there will be just one more game in my one done series, and then it will be it. But yeah, that's funny that I did not take into account that my groups are out and connected. So is the other one. I place the shape point. But this time the shape point doesn't work. So that was generous of white to stop the pressure. I think I have a nice endgame at f17. Obviously s9 is almost double centi. But hooray for me not dying everywhere. And this this last move was large, but gote. And now we go into endgame. I guess I cannot play down. Which I would like very much. Need this honey first. Now I can consider playing down. Yeah, endgame is also not my strongest part. I think this one is centi. And I think this one is huge. I think this one works because this is Atari. So he pushes, I extend, he pushes, I Atari. And he connects, and I Atari, and it's a self Atari. Alright, my move didn't work. Forget that. Still I sacrifice one more. Yeah, my move doesn't work. White, continue killing. This is self Atari if I cut here and pull down. And if I Atari, that's here, it's entirely too many liberties. Want to take those away. Now still white will need one more move there, since all of those are not real liberties. Endgame. That's a nice one. He pushes one more. Sure. Now I need an eye here, so this cut won't be dangerous. Now my P18 shines even more. He will, I just wanted to say he will not extend here. Since there are far bigger almost said a different word instead of moves. One with a B at the beginning. And I take my eye here. So black is a huge corner plus side. Huge corner. White has just one huge corner and the side here. B9, super large, both. Again, B9, super large, both. Even if he bends, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And that... Alright, he takes it as Sente. So, hooray for me. In this case. This one doesn't work, obviously, but this one is okay. Then I got the double senti move for free. Connect up my stone. He will take again Gote. Large moves. This is a quite large move. This one is not that small, since his band with all the peeps here is troublesome, at least. But I'd still like to go with this one. Since even if I would play down, I would not like him. Ah, no, I play down. He kind of follows my endgame here blindly. That is not a good thing to do, just to follow your opponent. Now, here's an interesting question. Can I block? It will lead to an Atari and extend down. I kinda think I cannot. I have to play one down. That is why I was saying that my extend down is not small, but is still not enough. Where is that sweet endgame of mine? I guess it is in this move. That is not yet Sente, but T8 is. T8 is Sente. I want to throw in, to ensure that white really needs to kill, to play 2 more moves there. Does not cost me anything. Also, I think this is Sente. And a point. White agrees. Still Sente. White agrees. Now I take this one. And still white will need to capture those stones, since those are no real liberties. Maybe I had to throw in first. That would be funny. Since then K19 wouldn't be a liberty, and then white would die. But what is there on the board? I guess there's this one. Making points here and creating a semi-sente follow-up. Now that is definitely sente. As long as those liberties are not filled, it won't be a problem here. Kinda want to play the same style of move now. Or first, I think this is sente. It is, says white. Let's just look that we are not dead here. If he... this and this one, as long as those liberties are on the board, I'm fine. Here's a nice semi-sente move. Yeah, what is left? I think this one. Ah, yeah, sure, this was bigger. Overlooked. Same kind of move. And what is there on the board? He will need to play 2 more moves. So those 3 stones actually maybe were paid for themselves. So I got all those moves for free. He still needs to play 2 more moves in his own territory. The question is there anything on the board which is bigger than the ko? And I think there is not. And I guess we'll play the ko. But white has far too many ko threads. It's this one, he has a couple here, this one. Yeah, black can't win this ko. White's positions are too solid to do anything here, so he will play a ko thread, I will connect, he will take, I will protect, he will connect, and we will go to counting. Yep, done. And hooray for me! I finally have won a game with a negative Komi, but still, I was playing against a 2-dan. I say thank you. I almost died horribly with my center group. He kept focused, so I had to give up this corner to white. As I told you on the top, there were no points, so all his points were coming from this area. So I liked the game. Let's review it. I go into territory mode. This is way faster than the enclosure, but chances are we will get into something like this. And against the 2-dan, I do not like this board. So I play nicely here. Now, still I have a very nice approach at p4, so this move is quite well. Has future, not... That's why white removes this future, allowing me only to extend to j3 at most, but has himself a very nice extension, which I'll take away. And influence on the bottom right, influence on the top left. The usual, this combination of O17, K16 and D17 is called a Kobayashi and is played when white's corner at d4, white has a corner at d4. So if black approaches and white pincers, so this pincer would be an extension from his corner, but now it's not. So I'm fine with that. The usual approach is this, and I guess we could see something along those lines. And here white will have some stones on the left, will have an interesting top development with a slight weakness at m17. But still I'm fine with my approach. We get into maybe here would be better to give white the corner and place something along those lines. Or no. And now counterattack. This would be a different kind of influence. I'm okay with what I got, but here white has the potential to build his influence even more, giving me the corner. So a couple of Joseki choices. White went with the corner, and here I myself have choices. I can put pressure on the stone. I guess it will go for some sort of settling. Maybe with this one. So it will have a base and will be fine, and I have just a couple of influence stones. I went into a more, for black at least, more profitable approach to pincer extending from my stone. So maybe those this left side, bottom left, will become points for black, which it did in the game. And white will need to run. So here a little dangerous pressure, putting pressure on the white stones, I guess. White can play simple, and now it is black who is weak. So black will need to fix, maybe by attaching. And we start seeing something along those lines. Maybe just the extension. And white is fine and out, and black still his piece of influence. So not clear what anyone is getting, but still I like d10 to have. White chose to ask around and attach. And here is again a choice. I could play the bad shape, but now if white Ataris, then it is quite... Well, the bamboo is either white sacrifices and black is fine and alive, or white connects and black has a peep and still can... I mean, now black does not play this move, obviously. But this liberty is what I was missing in the fight, more or less. White even considered this centi, and now black... I guess black is now fine and alive internally, so... Here white will need to block, and then this will follow. Which is the ko, but in this ko black has so many ko threads just to run out, so black is definitely alive now. So after this, I guess white will just be safe, and black will be safe. Alright. It's quite a weird shape for white now, still. I like this position as black. Many choices. I chose the driving Tsuji, as you have seen. The driving Tsuji hurts the top stones. And now the question arises, which groups are alive, which groups are dead? Can, white disconnects black, then there's still this. And again, it's not clear whether this one stone is important or the large group, which black is slowly killing. But here, most definitely very accurate reading is required, and if I would get one move wrong, then the game would be over. I do not play such risky games. That is why I simply extend. Still saying black is strong, white has some issues, so white will need to fix, which white does. But now there is the push, and there's the mrhaandi. And here I was thinking, yeah, if I disconnect, too simple for white, you know? If I take the corner, I'm already taking points, and now the ascent is quite big. And also secures the black group. White goes for the disconnection. Oh, I did not... Still goes for this connection, but I think even with the simple connection there is connect underneath, connect above. So I went with a more fancy move since it threatens to revive my 3 stones. White jumped out, and all the time I was threatening to revive the 3 stones. Maybe here I was patient all those moves long. Maybe I could have continued being patient here, and if white takes, then what to do then? I think then it will be time to disconnect and run along and still run along. Seems strange, secures... But I did not want to wait any longer, since my next move maybe is not Sente enough for those 4 stones. And I do not want to ruin my R12 territory by letting him jump along. So I was thinking it is time. And here we have some pushing. White needs to worry about both sides now. Maybe... well, I was basically saying that I know that this variation makes my big group safe, and I am ahead on points. And white still has 2 weak groups, so a very nice position for white. And if white just connected, I still have this. And if he again connected, oh sorry, not this one, then he still has weak groups on the board. Maybe even 3. So I'm now safe, in Sente even. Exploited the weakness of those stones to save my large group, and now it is most definitely time to attack. To attack the left, attack those split groups. Both have no 2 eyes yet. That is why I lean on one. Here I kinda dislike the extension, since I do not know how to handle the cut. The ladder obviously does not work, so I cannot capture the stone as is. And I have just those 1, 2, 3, 4 liberties here, so maybe this is still strong enough that I can just play the ugly shape here if I'm cut. The chances are white just peeps my shape and continues on the left. That is why I just connected. And here still I do not see a reason for aggression. My move kinda was slow. Basically what I want is to surround the weak group, making points on the right and myself strong in the center. So what does white do? White has absolutely no time to invade here, since it will kill his other group. So white will need to, I guess, play some sort of those moves to try and get out. And this again gives me territory, and I have my influential stone here. So I even can continue this for a little bit, and then just worry about my other group, and I have points everywhere. I'm fine. Even one more forcing move here to Yeah. So this one was a little bit too... I wanted a couple more points on the right, basically. And this was, I think, the worst move up until now. It is just too slow. And white continues jumping. Obviously the one stone is not important. So maybe I should prevent white from jumping, but then there's this. Still can play my move. And make my group stronger, threatening to surround. That would be maybe slightly better here. Peeped to get points. I also could have peeped from this side, but that destroys my potential on the right. Since, yeah, I captured maybe the one stone in Gote. But now I really need an extension here, or if I do something else. White is very fine with this position. So I peeped to get points. Not this one, but this one. And then wanted to see what RG is on the right. Also, I did not want to kill the group, since, again, 2 dans, you don't kill groups, generally. They are too good at reading. So here I'm just going ahead, taking very large profit on the left. The corner, super safe, the side, 15 points. And white has to capture the one stone in Gote, so I like that. It's like all those points in Senti, thank you very much. My eye is now on my last weakness. Nice move by white, I guess. I invested so much in those points, I will take them, and then he can destroy my eye shape. So I'll run away. Maybe, just maybe, there is something like this. Since white has some stones around here, and are those 2 stones captured? I guess there's a stone here, a stone here. So if you block this way, then obviously they are connected. So the fight will continue. There are chances for white definitely to come back and kill my stones. That is why maybe but where to play? Maybe here to create more points on the right and making his last weak group safe. But also that's okay. Black again kinda overplays. Don't you have the feeling that black overplays? I mean, white no way will get his 3rd line territory here and make black super safe. White will still need to run away. Black gets points everywhere and is safe. So 3rd line is slow here. That is why this move feels like an overplay. Oh, no, not this one. Just extend up. Now there's the cut. So white will fix the cut. And we can continue from here. Or white could fix the cut this way. But then black can get a definite eye here. And also black's shape is much stronger and connected to his other stones. which was my maybe second or third big mistake in the game. And this is the wrong variation. White goes for points, not points, for shape, which is this way. Yeah, I want to remain connected and make some ice here and maybe disconnect 09. Here we continue fighting. I take the eye away and then go for the surround. Maybe an overplay. Maybe correct. I still like this move. White needs to. I also was thinking about some sort of this variation to get more points out of the deal. But then really my group, I mean, I have more points. White's corner is completely destroyed since maybe he will consider this Sente and play more moves here. But then again I also can just go ahead and start connecting. But also feels like an overplay. The descent says black wants to kill white no matter what. But in this case I think here's so much RG. So as during the whole game I do not want to kill things. I want to play nice. Here attaching, seeing what's there in the corner for me. White cuts, extend the important stone, go back and live. Looking what is here, playing it safe. As white, I definitely will take the one stone since all the RG here is so difficult to handle. But black is a 2-dan and knows, white is a 2-dan, not black. Knows that those stones are now disconnected from the main group. Since take, connect, black is safe everywhere. So white, bad for white basically, no? He knows where the focus lies and goes for the disconnect. Here I again go for some points on the right. And since black gave it to me basically for free, I play the other interesting move here in the area. And now I should go ahead and connect of some sort. Sure, white still has can pressure black. And maybe cut him off, I don't know. There is, yeah. But I went with life on the bottom. Maybe this actually was the correct one. So there is no cut here, as you can see. Or is there? Or is there? Those stones are weak, but can... Difficult fighting, do not want to read all of this. White went with the disconnection, so black seriously needs to come out. And maybe this one is the shape move here, since now white can cut at J8 or H6, and it is game over for black. This L8 move, yep, definitely kills. So what can black do? I don't know, not much. White is completely secure on the left. There is some unanswered questions whether those 6 stones on the bottom are alive or not. So maybe it was white's worry. But as white, I would just cut and kill. Here white does not go for seeing what Agi there is. Surrounding, I guess, does not work. Since, yeah, black is connected. And pushing to the bottom also seems not working. So black is fine and connected there. So white just starts the endgame with the biggest on the board. Black also gets more points here. And safety. And from here, you know, it's endgame. If my last one would have been here, is it a centi move? And let's see what happens if white ignores. There's this one. There's this one. And now can white connect? White can, but black gets slightly, or gets a bigger corner, so I think this move is goatee, but allows for bigger endgame. Or just capturing, yeah. I played this one, which was still okay, since I did not lose many points there. We have some pushes, and I think white definitely gave too much away in endgame. I mean, I got almost all of it. I got an eye here, I've got this endgame, I got to connect. I got even this one. And I got this one for free. Here I should throw in. Definitely should throw in. Let's assume white captures. Then I have this. If we continue the variation from before, then this is centi. And I guess we have the same result, so no need to throw in right now. I got this one anyway. And yeah, from here it's some more endgame, and we are done. So thank you for watching. finally this game ensures that there are a few more Dan series games coming up, and see you next time.